Everybody always makes fun of me because they say that my coffee cups are larger than my head. But I just love coffee and I like being able to drink large cups of it. Really embarrassing nowadays to like have bruises showing up on your body because people automatically think that if you have any sort of like bad bruising anywhere on your body that you're getting abused, whether it's by your parents or your boyfriend or your husband. Yeah, it's like a really serious thing, and it's honestly like really sad for me to think about. Yesterday I was hanging out with my family and obviously everybody asked me like what happened. Like my mom and my sister weren't like, oh my god, did your husband hit you? But like my dad, you know, dads are a lot more overprotective, so he was just like, did anything happen? And then I was like, no, nothing happened. I explained to them the situation of how it happened. I was hanging up one of my drawings in my new apartment and I fell off the stool and hit myself, not only my arm but also like my chest. I hit myself on my bed frame, and yeah, it was horrible. I was in so much pain. I had to put ice in it. The only way I could go to sleep is taking ibuprofen because it was really that painful. But like the minute my husband came into the room and saw that I was on the floor almost crying because of the pain, he was just like freaking out because he's like, oh my god, why didn't you wait for me? Like, you know, you're so clumsy, like you have to be careful, like I should have been there, I could have helped you, and like all this stuff. So yeah, he actually felt really bad about it because one, he hates it when I hurt myself, and two, he was like, now people are gonna think that I hit you. And I was like, they're not gonna think that because they obviously know you and they know that you're not an abusive partner. But still, unfortunately, it's a valid concern that people have nowadays. And I mean, it should have been a concern that was in place a long time ago, but at least people are being more vocal about it. And it makes me happy to know that my family is obviously looking out for me and caring for me. The other thing that I was really like sad about is that even my niece asked me if my husband had hit me. Parents explained to me that it's because they've been teaching her like, oh, you need to be careful with people and like touching you or hurting you. So when we were playing catch yesterday, she saw, I mean, it's a pretty massive bruise and it's pretty dark and scary. It actually doesn't really hurt that much, it's just I bruise easily. But she was playing catch with me and she noticed it, and she just like stops, like looks at me really seriously and like touches my arm, and then she's just like, did Oyo come to your house and he hurt you? And I was just like, oh my god, this is the sweetest thing ever. Like, she's so concerned about me and she wants to know who hurt me. And so I just had to like tell her, I'm like, no, like he didn't hurt me. I wasn't careful and I fell and hit myself on the bed. And then she tried to like recreate how I fell. She's like, did you fall like this? Like, did this happen? Did that happen? Like, she just wanted to know how it happened and she wanted to like get the real full story from me. And she's 3 years old. She's just like the smartest kid ever. Calls my husband Oyo because she couldn't say Goyo. Goyo was already a nickname for him. And she wasn't like accusing him because she loves him. I explained to her that he did not hurt me. She still loves him. She's not scared of him or anything like that. But yeah, it was just a crazy thing to think about yesterday. It just made me reflect on how bad things are and how even little kids are aware of like the evil in this world, and it just makes me kind of scared to have my own kids because I don't want to have to teach them at that small of an age how like people can be mean and people can be bad. Today I don't really feel like doing a makeup tutorial, but I do want to do my makeup because I feel like it, because I feel prettier with makeup. Because I'm not doing anything crazy to my eyes, I somehow subconsciously started pumping foundation on my makeup sponge. So I guess I'm starting off with my base today. I'm just using the same LA Girl matte foundation from a previous video, and it's still in the same shade. Today, to be honest, I am feeling like kind of in the middle. Like, I don't feel in a good mood, but I don't necessarily feel like sad today. I mean, the weather definitely does not help because it is a gloomy day. Like, it's not raining or anything, it's just gray. And obviously that does not help with my mood whatsoever. But I'm not necessarily in a sad mood or anything like that. I'm mostly just tired. So I feel like the hardest thing about depression and anxiety is feeling like you constantly have to talk about it, even if it's just to yourself. I feel like that's part of the process. Like, you need to be able to check in on yourself and see, like, how am I feeling today? Am I feeling better than yesterday? Am I feeling worse? Is there something that I did yesterday that helped that I can do today? And I mean, it's a good method. It's good to be doing that. You should be checking in on your emotional and mental health anyway. But after a while, after it's almost been a month of you feeling like this, you start to like get tired. You start to feel like, am I even progressing? Is this something that I'm gonna have to do for the rest of my life? It's a long process, and I know I have to be patient, and I know I have to like check in with myself, especially when I think that I'm doing better. But I just hate it. I hate that this is part of my life. To make this video kind of more like a vlog style, like the majority of my videos are, I'm not trying to portray myself as somebody that has their poo together. I'm also trying not to cuss anymore because I need to have cleaner language. Not only for my videos, but for life, for myself in real life, because I have a 3-year-old niece that repeats everything that you say. I don't want to make videos to try to pretend to be happy and to try to pretend that I am somebody different than who I am in real life. Like, this is really me in real life. I am not 100% happy with where I am in terms of my own well-being. I'm not necessarily happy in terms of my financial being. Like, I probably mentioned this in a previous video, but I quit my job, and that honestly makes me feel useless. It makes me feel like I'm not cooperating. It just sucks. It sucks not to be able to bring my own income into my household. And even though right now my husband is working and is supporting me in the sense that he understands that I need some time to heal, and he understands that this is just temporary and that I'll get back on my feet, the weight of the guilt of feeling like I'm doing this for myself so that I can get better is still there. Like, it's not gonna go away just because somebody tells you that it's okay, and it's not gonna go away just because somebody is helping you. It's gonna be there because you are the only person that's actually making yourself feel bad, and that's hard to let go of. It's hard to let yourself accept that it's okay to need help, and it's okay to like take time for yourself. I just went off camera to do my eyeliner and the rest of my concealer, and I'm also just letting my lashes dry at the moment. I also just wanted to collect my thoughts because I felt like I was just rambling about nothing, but I just wanted to clarify because I'm trying to do videos as like a creative outlet, because being creative has literally been the only thing that makes me happy. I obviously did not start off making videos as a kid. I used to write and draw, and I would just create like collages and stuff like that, and that was like the only thing that I remember being happy about. It was the only thing that brought me joy. Well, also reading, but that's a different thing. But it was the only thing that really brought me joy as a kid, and even when I was going through stuff in my teenage years, it was like an outlet for me, and I miss it. I miss having a creative outlet. And even though I don't really draw anymore because I kind of, not so much that I lost interest, but I just don't really have the patience for it anymore, making videos has honestly just been that for me. It's been a creative outlet. It has made me kind of reflect on a lot of things. By talking it out loud, I feel like I've been able to clear some stuff up about how I felt and things that I didn't really understand as they were happening, but now that I look back, I'm like, oh, that is why that happened. I don't necessarily want my videos to be negative and constantly be talking about how sad I am and how depressed I am and how anxious I am or how my life sucks, and I hope that doesn't come off that way. I'm literally just trying to see my progress and be open and honest with myself. And if somebody ends up watching this video and doesn't really know me, but is friends with me in real life, then they can understand like kind of what I'm going through, and that's helpful too. Or if they relate to it, then we can help each other out. And staying with people that might not know me in real life, that might be watching this video, like, if there's anything that I say in my videos that is beneficial to you, then that makes me feel good. That makes me feel like I'm not alone in my struggle. And it also just makes me feel like I'm doing this for a purpose, which is nice. I want a purpose. I feel like everybody wants a purpose, and if their purpose is to help others, then that is even better. I don't want to be a negative Nancy on YouTube or in real life. I just want to be open and honest and not just pretend that my life is rainbows and butterflies. I want to portray the good things that I enjoy, like hanging out with my family and going on trips or hanging out with my husband. But I also want to portray like the hard parts of, like, you know, some days are good and some days are not so good, but the important thing is that you don't give up. Like, you can't let those people down. The ones that make you happy in those happy moments, they're gonna be there for you even in those sad moments. I've already been making vlogs for about 2 years, and for a long time I didn't want anybody to know that I was making videos. Like, I didn't want my mom to know, I didn't want my sister to know, I didn't want my friends to know. I was just doing it literally for myself because I really liked watching YouTube videos at that time, and I really liked watching vlogs. So I was just like, you know what, I'm just gonna try it out because it seems like it's a nice way to kind of keep track of what you do in your life, especially when things get super busy. It's kind of nice to be able to go back and remember a good memory, or remember who you were, or just to even look at yourself, because I look at videos from like when I first started my channel and I look so little compared to how I look now. And yeah, it's just kind of nice to be able to do that. Just recently, and I mean within the last like month, I decided to post it on my Instagram that I was making videos, just so that my family in Mexico can kind of see like a little bit more about me, because even though we love each other, obviously we're blood, I don't really feel that close to my family in Mexico because we don't talk to each other on a regular basis. The only one that I really talk to is my grandma, but all my cousins and my aunts and uncles, I don't really communicate with them regularly. So I was like, well, if they feel like watching me and seeing what I do here in Washington, then they can go ahead and watch me. And it's kind of nice. I feel like I have gotten more confidence in my videos, and I feel like I've gotten to a point where I just don't really care. Like, you can make fun of me if you want to and think that I'm really dumb for sitting here and making videos, but I'm genuinely just doing these because they make me feel good and they make me feel less alone. They just make me feel like I'm being artistic in a way, and I like talking to the camera. I like talking to myself in my room. So pretty much any fear that I had of them judging me or telling me that I shouldn't be making videos because of privacy reasons kind of went out the door, because it's not like I'm really sharing anything too intimate about my life. Like, I'm sharing about myself. I'm not sharing about anybody else in my life, and I'm also not sharing like my specific location and stuff like that. At least I'm trying to convince myself that I'm being careful enough to be able to post and not feel threatened. But yeah, it's been kind of nice to see the reaction from my parents and my husband and my sister, and even some of my friends that have seen my videos. They're like, oh, they're actually pretty entertaining. Like, that's kind of cool to see that you're doing something like this, even though a lot of people think that it's a waste of time. I think I'm gonna go in with 2 lip liners and then a pink matte lipstick. These ones are from LA Girl. I actually really like their lip liners. I feel like they're really good. And one of them is in the shade Bear and the other one is in the shade Flesh. I like that sound. I went in with a darker color on to outline my lips first, because it creates shadows and makes your lips look bigger, and then I went in with the lighter color to fill them in because I don't necessarily want a super dark lip, and also because this lipstick is more pink. It's a brand new lipstick. It looks so nice. My sister-in-law gifted this to me. and this is the first time I'm trying it out. I wanted a brown base because it's a really light pink lipstick, and I like that color, but I just didn't really feel like doing a really nude pink today. So I kind of want to get a little bit more brown nude rather than just light pink. This is a really pretty color. I like this a lot. Okay, so now I'm gonna fix my adorable hair. I hate doing my hair and I hate applying heat to it, so if I can avoid heat as much as possible, I will. My hair isn't perfect, obviously. It is kind of, it's for the most part it's pretty straight, but then for some reason it kind of naturally waves like around my face. Like the back of my head is like completely straight, and then the framing around my face is like wavy. I think it probably has to do with like the layers that I have in it, but I don't mind that. I think it looks pretty cute on its own, but the only thing that I really like to do is just apply some sort of oil or leave-in conditioner to the ends so that they don't look completely dry and nasty. But yeah, for the most part I can literally just take my hair off of a scrunchie, brush through it, kind of twist it, play around with it a little bit, and it'll usually just kind of tame itself. Especially the day after I wash it, it looks its best. I know that I'm wearing a black shirt so you can't really tell, but it looks pretty tamed. I do need to trim it, but for the most part it's been pretty healthy. I haven't dyed it since I went completely blonde, so I'm just trying to be gentle with it, not apply that much heat, and also not wash it all the time because I don't want to strip it again, and I kind of want to keep letting it grow out because my husband likes long hair and I love my husband. So that is pretty much everything for this video. I just wanted to sit down, do my makeup, and have some company. I'm sorry if it wasn't very informative or if it wasn't very entertaining. Like I mentioned, my videos are not necessarily just meant to be entertaining, and they're not really just meant to be informative about makeup. They're basically like video diaries of my life, and it's nice to look back on them, and if anybody enjoys coming along the journey of how I am trying to get through tough times or how I'm trying to enjoy the good times in my life, then I appreciate you being here, and I appreciate you not leaving mean comments. There are no comments in my videos, and I kind of just appreciate that because it also just helps me stay positive. If you do wish to leave me a comment, that's awesome too. I appreciate getting to know new people, and especially people that are going through similar things as I am. I don't mind having a conversation about it and just kind of helping each other out. So thank you so much for watching if you are here watching me get ready, and I hope I see you in my next video. Bye.